Hi. So today's book is From Kalamazoo to Timbuktu. I like this book because I saw the title of this book. I said, oh, From Kalamazoo to Timbuktu. Because my dad always used to say Timbuktu, Kalamazoo, and there's another place he used to talk about, which was Djibouti. I used to think Djibouti was a made-up place. D-G-U-B-T-I. It's a real place. I think he found out about that when he was in the Marines. And it's a real training area. It's an island, and Djibouti is far away. But the Marines train there a lot, so he used to talk about, well, it's not like you're going to Djibouti. Well, the closest thing I could think about was when I saw this in the library card catalog for this age group. Here we go. From Kalamazoo to Timbuktu by Harriet, Ziefert, and the paintings by Tanya, Roitman. And it's always good to give a big shout out to the authors and the illustrators. All right, here we go. From Kalamazoo to Timbuktu. Kalamazoo is a real place, and Timbuktu is too. So here we go. From Kalamazoo to Timbuktu. From Kalamazoo to Timbuktu. I'm going to try to read some of this upside down. It's going to be a lot of fun. Harriet, Ziefert is the author, and the paintings by Tanya, Roitman. Big shout out to the author and the illustrator. It's a picture of Kalamazoo. Here you are in Kalamazoo. Does Kalamazoo look nice? Kalamazoo looks like a nice place. There's Kalamazoo. Oh, here's this house. We're going to go to this house. We're going to go to this house, and this backyard, and this house, and keep this canoe in mind. Here we go. Boom. Millie and Mike are in Kalamazoo. Were restless and wondered what to do. Remember their canoe? Let's canoe to Timbuktu, said Millie to Mike. I have a notion. Let's pretend to canoe across the ocean. First, they said, you're pedaling to Timbuktu, said Mike to Millie. Your plan sounds batty. Let's make a call to Grandma Hattie. She's got a bicycle built for two. We can pedal to Timbuktu. You know who else has a bicycle built for two? Mimi and me. The bike broke down in North Dakota, so they stopped for an ice cream soda. And here they are. They're having ice cream soda. 2 straws, 1 soda in North Dakota. Then, Millie said, don't make a fuss. If we run fast, we can catch the bus. And they caught the bus. The bus blew tires in Butte, Montana. Millie took out her red bandana. Here they are in the mountains of Montana. A helicopter pilot saw Millie wave. I'll help that girl. She looks so brave. That's what the helicopter says. We're flying high to Timbuktu. Because the helicopter makes a lot of noise. Just like that. Whoa, and then they parachuted. The copter sputtered over herds of cattle. So they parachuted into old Seattle. Whoa, here's the Seattle Dome. Here's the spike thing. It's an architectural marvel that they have. And here's this fjords up there, and she's parachuting down, and here's a helicopter going to someplace else, and here's the city of Seattle. Looks very different than Timbuktu. Whoa, and here's Maddie, and they received a call from Uncle Mort. I'll send a canoe to the local port. Oh, and she's coming down with a parachute, and he's coming down with his parachute. And they got back into a canoe, a different canoe. Whoa, look at all these ocean animals now. There's a seagull, and a tortoise, and some other fish, and a big ocean dolphin maybe. I think that's a dolphin. And this guy is, I don't know what kind of fish he is, but he's probably a fun fish to be around, I'll bet you. And look, they have a picnic table, they have a picnic stuff, they got a good sandwich here. I wonder who's, and they were cooperating to canoe. They set out across the Pacific Ocean with cases of food and suntan lotion. We're paddling to Timbuktu. Mike yelled to Millie, whatever you do, I'll enjoy my trip to Timbuktu. Whoa! They hit the big waves and they tipped over. If you're in a canoe, you're gonna get wet. There's no maybes. You're gonna. The wind blew hard. The canoe was upset. Mike said, I'm not so happy getting all wet. The good thing they had their personal floating devices on, the PFDs. Wait, they got a ride from a whale. We're whale-gating to Timbuktu. Millie waved at a big blue whale, who said politely, climb up on my tail. Here's just such a big whale, it takes 2 pages to illustrate this big whale. And here's a big guy, big seagull, and he's wondered, how did these kids get on this whale? Over the wide Pacific Ocean, the whale sped with streamlined motion. Whales sang harmony for songs they knew until she got hungry and tired too. I can't carry you two to Timbuktu, said the whale. Except she probably said it in the whale voice that goes really high, squeaky sounds. But she said, I can't carry you two to Timbuktu. But she brought her to an island. Doo-doo-doo-doo. And the whale ran aground on sunny Hawaii. Mike and Millie waved goodbye. And here they are on a sunny island in Hawaii. Surprised there's no tourists there. But this is what the illustrator wants us to believe. We're canoeing to Timbuktu. And now they got a canoe with an outrigger, which is a lot more stable in the ocean. They watched a hula hoo. Then they set off in a new canoe. All right, goodbye to Hawaii. New kind of boat and different kind of dolphins. We've got to push on to Timbuktu. And now they have a very old-fashioned masted boat, and still the seagulls follow them. They paddled hard toward Zanzibar, till Mike complained, it's much too far. A sailboat took them to the African shore, and they ate and slept and ate some more. It's true, ate some more. Then they went to the desert. Here's a desert camel. Here are the sand dunes in the desert. And it looks like everything's far away. Beautiful skies in the desert. I remember that too. They hailed a camel with 2 big humps. Ride with me if you don't mind the bumps. One thing about camels is they have a lot of spit too. We finally made it to Timbuktu. The sun was hot. Cool oases were few. They hoped the camel would see them through. Well, this camel's a good camel. He looks like he can do it all day long. He can walk all day long because he's a camel. He's used to the heat. Now they're going to the city of Timbuktu. Let's see if you could see it. That's the whole city. Put the whole city there. Timbuktu was small and pretty, an ancient historical desert city. They could have taken an airplane, but they ended up this way. And people in their special outfits for the desert. And some of the cars have no roofs, and that's like the bus over there. And some guys have the camels over here, and this beautiful architecture with the native materials of the area. And these things sticking out had something to do with like making a scaffolding when they were doing it, and they form into like the structure of the building. It's a very smart thing. Said Mike to Millie, I'm feeling sad. I want to see my mom and dad. But I like to look at all the cool things they have here. So they have a well. They have this cool stick on the well. And this is one of the ways that people got water out there in the desert. And they have a donkey cart, which even if you go to the desert today, you'd see a donkey cart. They're beautiful colored things. I was so surprised to see so many colorful things. When I went to the desert, I did not go to Timbuktu, but I went to a different place. And it was very colorful sometimes. It's a very contrast between the tan desert, which is like this color, tan or brown, and many, many, many bright colors. I thought that was neat. Timbuktu was small and pretty, an ancient historical desert city. Said Mike to Millie, I'm feeling sad. I want to see my mom and dad. And the last pages of the book. Mike and Millie boarded a plane. Kalamazoo was on Mike's brain. The skies were clear. There was no delay. Mike and Millie were on their way. See the camels all going back, and they're getting ready to fly from Timbuktu. We're jetting back to Kalamazoo. And here we are, back in Kalamazoo. It's great to travel, great to roam, but even better, coming home. And the back page of the book, as they're going from Timbuktu all the way back to Kalamazoo. And it's a library book. It's fun to go places in your imagination. It's fun to go places in real life. So that was From Timbuktu to Kalamazoo. Thanks. Bye.